Hello, hello! Welcome to another episode of Shit Show in the VTuber community. I need a better name for this. Let me just fix my tracking. Okay, welcome everybody. Hi. It's been a while. Took a day off yesterday, but there's been a topic that's just blowing out of proportion like crazy, which I don't think was possible after the Nijisanji thing. Here, let me put my tail down. It's John! Thank you for the Twitch sub! I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hey, Kanaslita, how's it going? How's it going? So... Actually, I think you guys know what I'll talk about today. I actually thought this was a shitpost at first. I didn't think it was real. I was shocked to find out that this is actually real, guys. This is actually real. Now, before we start, I'm not, a political streamer, so I will try to get through this as best as I can, giving you many facts as I can, and explaining the situation to you without going too deep into politicals, because after all, I am an apolitical streamer. And before we begin, please remember our community rules. Do not use this to attack anybody, no groups. This is in 4chan, so no slurs, no dead naming, etc. Or you will be moderated. Now... Oh, the jiggle is amazing. Oh, why, thank you. So for those who don't know, and if you don't know, it's okay, I don't blame you. I also wasn't aware. What the fuck is the No Kings protest? Because it kind of starts there. So if you don't live in the States like me, it's fine. I had to look it up too. Now, from my one understanding, the No King protest is where a lot of people gathered to protest against Trump. And from my understanding, this was mostly a peaceful protest, which makes what happens next all the worst. So there was an armed man arrested at Nashville, as you can see here on News Channel 5, who basically went there with the intention to protest and potentially harm protesters. This dude posted a picture of Pip. I don't know what this is. Is this a sheet? Is this like his bed sheet? Is this a Dakimakura? I don't know. It looks like a bed sheet, guys. His goon sheet. He posted his goon sheet next to a book about democracy. I can only make out the word democracy, but I have a feeling that it's not about democracy. And then a gun. Okay? Yeah, we'll call it a goon sheet. I like that. I like that word. Which is... It's crazy. Like, it... First of all, it's disgusting, and if I was Pippa, I would be absolutely livid right now. It's a horrible, horrible thing to do. And this has sparked so much debates online. There's everywhere, on Twitter, on anonymous forum boards, there's multiple threads on this. The book is Democracy, the God That Failed by Hans Hermann Hoppe. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Tons of debate online on this. People are arguing back and forth on whether or not this is a legitimate Pippa fan. Because he also had like Pippa's name scribbled on his guns or something. Yeah, you guys like my scribbles on his gun. And then after that, the conversation sort of shifted as to whether or not this is a Kershaw fan. Now, on this matter, Kershaw claims that this person only started, retweeting her or interacting with her content after the Vice article. Meanwhile, the Pippa fans are also defending her, saying, after the Hogwarts Legacy saga, Pippa made this notice, saying that she don't appreciate being used as an excuse to attack other people. Let's not shitfling and attack other people's identity. If I see it, I'll be blocking and banning you from my community, like I do the rest of the trolls and bullies. Do not try to misinterpret my words and use me as a banner to attack other people. And they're claiming that, she made her stance really clear back then on certain topics. And there's all this, back and forth going around. People aren't agreeing. And it's been very, very heated, as it always is on these kind of topics. Now, whether you stand on this matter, that's up to you. I'm just kind of here to explain to you what's happening, and you can make up your own mind about the rest or argue in the comment section. I don't really care. What else I found? Now, from my understanding, this dude is actually insane, like a schizo. And you know how the word Nazi is usually thrown around a lot lately, very arbitrarily. Well, this guy is like an unironic Nazi, by the way. There was also a lot of people debating whether he was trans or not. He denies it in a tweet, but he was indeed trans. And the other thing I found is that he's also from the VR chat community, which might explain a lot. The FBI found his internet history? Really? Why is it always VR chat? That's what I'm saying. He's nuts. He's completely nuts. And that's without a doubt. And this has sparked a lot of debate online about creators' responsibility, blah, 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 guilt by association, etc. Did you see the video of him saying he won't ask for CP? No, what the fuck? Yes, and I believe I saw a Kershaw tweet saying that she reported him or something.
Super chat this wa.
Thank you for the super chat this wa. Let me read it. Imagine if this turned out to be the same guy who asked Pip on a date with a $500 super chat. Oh my god. I think that'd be worst, guys. He did a manifesto, I believe, or something. This was a few days ago, and then more recently, the talk has shifted to the Anna Valens article on the topic. Oh, wait. First, I needed to say something else. A lot of people have been saying that this reminds them of another incident, which is, I think it's kind of important to mention it because it's like kind of related, well, not related, but it's similar. The word PewDiePie has been thrown a lot. I looked into it. This is a 2019 incident where a mass shooter to Moscow live streamed on Facebook. It's kind of weird that he live streamed on Facebook. He live streamed on Facebook his shooting, and at the end of it, where at one point he shouted, "Subscribe to PewDiePie." And then I think PewDiePie had to go on social media to denounce him and distance himself from the situation. So yeah, the gunman, it was an attack that left at least 49 people dead, and urged those watching to subscribe to PewDiePie. And PewDiePie was very quick to distance himself from the shooting. I feel absolutely sickened having my name uttered by this person. My heart and thoughts go out to the victim's family and everyone affected by this tragedy. And the dude also, I think, made a manifesto back then and shit. It was also like another kind of crazy. My previous super chat got bugged, so I'm sending this one. Hi, Rima. Hi, Nolo. Thank you for the super chat. And Sparkshot, thank you so much for the 15 months. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, because at that point, why he said subscribe to PewDiePie is because PewDiePie was trying to be... He kept on saying that, I think, every time he live streamed, because he wanted to push him being like the biggest YouTuber on the platform, and this guy kind of used that during his shooting, which is horrifying. PewDiePie also posted a pic of himself with a gun that same day, which was an unfortunate coincidence. You don't say. You don't say. But all of this is kind of to segue into this now, which is the new trending topic online. There's been, you remember Anna Valence? I spoke about Anna Valence on this channel before. I have my own disagreeable experience with her, which I'll speak about after this. I called her out before on her VLR article. She continued to write about VTubers. Ever since, she's forced her way into the scene and keeps on writing stuff about the VTuber community. She has drawn the VTuber community in a very poor light, a very negative light. The way she's writing about us and exposing us to normie audience, it's only causing harm. And she's also made the scene increasingly more political, I believe, which is really fucking annoying. After a bunch of back and forth against Kershaw, I believe she finally said that she was going to stop writing about VTubers. And everybody breathed a collective... everybody in the community was like, thank fucking God. You know, everybody breathed a sigh of relief. But no, because here she is again, writing about VTubers again. And I still don't understand why Vice is signing off on this shit. I don't get it. I actually don't get it. But let's take a look at the article. So it's called, Your Mom and Dad Now Know What a VTuber Is, Thanks to This Arrest. Maybe, sorta. And it's not Pipkin Pippa's fault. Before I reported on VTubing for Vice, I reported it for the Mary Sue. One of my very first VTuber shoutouts in the press was an article about the coffin of Andy and Lele back in 2023. I gushed about my favorite Let's Play for the game, performed by a talented VTuber who turned me into a die-hard Nemle fan. In my mind, Ashley Graves is synonymous with this VTuber performance of her. If you want TCOAAL voice acting, the best way to enjoy it is through this VTuber's playthrough. whose voice acting skills did I fall in love with? A popular rabbit-themed VTuber named Pipkin Pippa. And now that I've uttered the words Pipkin Pippa, I must state the magic spell that protects me from the internet. The following article, while reflecting facts reported by other news outlets, is based entirely on my own personal opinion as a VTuber and a VTuber fan. Let me take a sip. What the fuck is Mary Sue, by the way? As a VTuber fan, is such a stretch. She's a VTuber tourist at best. You're too fucking stupid to know what's good for you.
And to stand as tall as you can. Not on your tippy toes, but like stand straight, okay? Put your shoulders back, stand straight, arch your back, put your hands on your hips, and look in the mirror. And say, I am a good person. I can do better today than I did yesterday. Kill me, 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 kill me. Put your fucking gun in my mouth and pull the fucking trigger!
This is back when Pippa was like changing her voice a little bit so it would she would sound cuter. Uwu Pippa, as I call it. She writes, I first learned about Pippa all the way back in 2022 when my Valorant friends began sharing Pippa clips and highlight reels with me, such as this viral post from 2024 or clips from her playthrough of Class 09, one of our favorite games, or the duality of Pipkin Pippa YouTube video, which basically captures Pippa in a nutshell. Unironically, during one of my darkest moments, Pippa's explanation for why you shouldn't take your own life spoke to me. You're right, Pippa. I'm actually stupid. I wouldn't say I'm a Pippa fan, but I respect talent when I see it, and I happen to think Pippa is very talented. Pippa, to be clear, has very edgy sense of humor, so much so she has a controversy section on Know Your Meme. While she's not a political VTuber, her content is definitely popular with many right-wing VTuber fans. That say, she's also popular with people who aren't right-wing, and she's popular with people who literally don't care about politics. By nature of her sense of humor, there are 1,000 opinions on Pippa across VTubing. Mine, I don't agree with everything Pippa does. I absolutely... Also, what is this fucking trash ads? There are ads everywhere on this website. It's like one paragraph of text ad. One paragraph of text ad. I had to disable ad block because my YouTube videos weren't playing with the ad block. Even though I have YouTube Premium. Okay, so she says, I absolutely think she's gone too far with some of her jokes in the past. But Pippa is the VTuber equivalent of Shock Jock. Others have tried to claim that title, but it's Pippa who is the true shock jock of VTubing. There's no way Anna Valens is a fan. Well, stay tuned after we finish the article because I've got more to show you. But my opinion on jokes, I think comedy should have free reign. And I think as long as it makes people laugh, it's fine. As long as you don't mean it. If you mean it, that's another story. I made a video on Pippa. I explained it better there. Okay. I think I explained my opinion better there. I think there is, shock value. There's things that you say that are out of pocket to create a shocking reaction. But that doesn't mean that you truly mean it. Now, if somebody goes and says something, for example, racist, and they're actually racist, well, then I won't think it's funny. Because that's not funny, and it's not a joke anymore. And to that, there's a difference between having right-wing fans and being far-right VTubers spreading malicious beliefs. I personally believe that distinction matters. Some right-wing VTubers make me afraid, but not Pippa. She just makes me laugh. And here's the part where I feel like in this article, Anna Valens positions herself as a Pippa fan, but really she's kind of just using Pippa to attack the rest of the community. So now we all know about Pippa. Imagine my surprise when I opened up Twitter and Bluesky and saw Face Connect poster child staring back at me because a Pippa fan was arrested. Hey Yinka! Thank you for the super chat. That's right, someone went to a protest, got arrested, and now Pippa's face is all over his local news. So before we go any further, if you live in the Nashville area and your parents have ever commented on that cartoon rabbit girl who screams a lot in your phone, you might want to have a frank conversation with them before they start asking you to hand over your iPhone. Honey, isn't that the rabbit girl you like from your animes? News Channel 5 Nashville covers local news for Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. Recently, the station reported on the Nashville No Kings protest over the weekend, highlighting a 19-year-old named Elijah Miller arrested for disorderly conduct. In two separate news segments posted to YouTube, the local news studio read from the teen's arrest warrant. Per the warrant, the arrested teen brandished a weapon during a planned protest. When yelling and arguing ensued, he stated that he had a gun. I triggered people with my pronunciation of Kentucky. Isn't you pronounce it like Kentucky Fried Chicken? I know how to pronounce Kentucky. The defendant was holding the gun down in front of himself and letting others in the area know that he had it. The arrest warrant stated, per News Channel 5 Nashville, the witness and others in crowd were in fear for their safety and began running before flagging down officers. Per witness statement, people started yelling at him, and he pulled it out and stated he had a gun. No one was directly pointed at, but Miller was spitting at people. Both videos discuss the teen's long fascination. Okay, I'm gonna focus. Both videos discuss the teen's long fascinating with Nazis, mass murder by highlighting his Twitter account. And in between various screen grabs from the poster's social media, there she is. Pippa suddenly appears, staring right back at the viewer. In a post caption, "Things are about to happen." From December 18, 2024, Miller posted Pippa alongside a revolver and a book labeled Democracy, the God That Failed, according to Mises Institute Connor Mortel. The book lays out the case that private ownership of government, monarchy, is preferable to the democratic government we are familiar with today. Additionally, according to social media posts lifted from the arrested teen's social media, the inscription Pippa was scratched into a shotgun owned by Miller. This is a recent post. This one's from last year. Interesting. Pippa's appearance in news coverage around a political arrest obviously turned some heads in VTubing. Over on Twitter, one user shared a screen grab from the news report with a shotgun inscribed Pipkin Pippa warning, "Don't do this if you're a fan of a creator," as it drags down their image. I mean, true. It's crazy that a 19-year-old owns a shotgun. Yeah, I know. Another suggested this was Pippa's PewDiePie moment, referencing the Christchurch mosque shooter who said he subscribed to PewDiePie meme on livestream before carrying out a mass shooting. A third poster shared the news, reports Pippa's image, and responded the exact same way I did IRL. This is not fucking real. Oh my god. 31k likes? Holy shit, this went super viral. While Twitter seemed bewildered, Bluesky was angered. In a viral Bluesky post, one user shared the Pippa revolver and shotgun images, noting it was what happens when you appeal to the alt-right crowds under the guise of, it's just a joke, guys. Another found Miller's status as a Pippa fan completely unsurprising, and a third simply concluded it was only a matter of time. Jeez, they really don't like Pippa there. A viral Bluesky post, and it's 300 likes. Wow, Twitter versus Bluesky is crazy. 31k? Oh my, I can't believe the 31k still. Where are we? Yeah, we're here. Bluesky users following Pippa's new appearance almost universally believed Miller was reflective of Pippa's fanbase. But this sentiment wasn't confined to Bluesky. On Twitter, some came to the same conclusion, suggesting that Pippa's community deserves scrutiny. Meanwhile, a poster on Reddit's virtual YouTuber simply called Miller the least deranged Pippa fan. A mod on the subreddit describes the circumstance as a cautionary tale on indulging potentially deranged fans. God, I hate Reddit. Think this will cause a violent video games cause violence, but VTuber flavored? One Redditor asked in a post. Comment, lively discussion followed. Regardless of how you feel about Pippa, her fan base, and the bizarre way VTubing just intersected with larger American politics, I'd like to point readers back to my June 3rd article. More people are searching up stuff about VTubers that's good and bad. In that piece, I revealed how VTuber topic searches for the past 12 months peaked on Google during the Cinder controversy. I also warned that VTubers can leave a positive impact on the world around us, or that a positive influence can be overshadowed by major VTubers getting involved in petty drama and unpopular political beefs. Whether you believe Miller's Pippa connection is a black swan event or something worth investigation, I think we can all agree what happened with Miller is very bad for VTubing. It certainly overshadows a lot of the good happening in the space right now. Is this the article she deleted? This one doesn't seem like it's about Kershaw. I think she deleted the articles referring to Kershaw. Kershaw threatened them with a lawsuit or something. Let's see it. A tourist that was bitter due to rejection went off on a VTuber, and I'd be a fan of myself, but still, in the sloppiest and uncouth way, and is now glazing Pippa, an obvious mean to interweave jabs at VTubers and or a singular one that they don't like. Thank you for the 100 bits, Antique. 3 Kershaw articles deleted, 2 by Anna and 1 by Anna's editor. Oh, you're right. You're jogging my memory here. I forgot about the editor article. She isn't allowed anymore to say the name Kershaw because of the legal stuff. Okay, there's still a bunch to read, so let's get through this because we have a few topics to cover today. Regardless of how you feel about Pippa, her fan base... Oh no, wait, we read that. Fuck. Look, Pippa isn't responsible for some far-right teenager waving a gun around. She didn't tell that kid to get aggro at a No Kings protest in Nashville. Nor did she tell him to arm himself. Scratch the name Pipkin Pip on a shotgun and read a book popular with Curtis Yarvin. Yes, Pippa's sense of humor is edgy, but she's no pundit. She's a shock jock. She's not preaching political talking points directly to her audience. But I want to reiterate, this is the outside world's first impression of VTubing, and it's not a great look. Is this the outside world's first impression of VTubing? I don't think so. Yeah, fuck the normies, they don't get it. We're not at all like this. I agree, but sponsors, business, academics, they're all going to start asking, what's the deal with this VTubing thing anyway? Why is there so much controversy around it and politics? Okay, that is one thing that Anna did with her first VLR article. She always pretends that, okay, in this case, it's actually legitimate, but she always pretends that there's a lot more drama than there actually is. And I'll show you guys that in a later section, okay, in my video. When most of the time, she's the one creating this drama, like out of thin air. Again, she's not talking shit. Dude, I said I would talk about why she's disingenuous after the article. Calm your tits, stop spamming. And wait. Be patient. That's not a question you want to ask, as it comes with risk. Risk like decreasing sponsorship spending, risk like business deeming your industry unstable and prone to politically extreme viewer. It takes one bad event to damage a budding industry. The VTubing industry is actually set to grow in billions in the following year. So I don't know what kind of like economical prediction she's doing here, but it's completely wrong. Yes, there are some bad actors in the community. And there's a vocal minority of people that probably shouldn't be allowed in the community. But I truly believe that the majority of VTuber fans are just normies and just nice people. Like, I think Anna believes that the majority of VTuber fans are on Twitter, but they're not. Twitter gives like a very skewed perception of the real world. Most VTuber fans, and you know this when you compare Twitter to YouTube stats, they're on YouTube. They're watching Hololive, they're watching videos, they're watching live stream, they're watching clips. Some people don't even watch live stream, they watch clips or they're casual viewers, but they have no idea about all of this that's going around. Now is a good opportunity to look around the VTubing space at large and ask, well, that's what's going on here? What's up? Because I don't think the problem is Pippa, she's just a comedian, but the industry around Pippa that allows bad actors to hang out in fan bases, communities, and conventions across the industry. And trust me, the weirdos are going to keep popping up with other Oshi's names scribbled on their own rifles or whatever, I'm sure. Hey, Shog Mommy, what's up? Thank you. And if that doesn't convince you, well, do you really want to have that awkward conversation with mom and dad about your Oshi in the news? Yeah, probably not. The thing is, Anna Valence doesn't understand that most VTubers want to remain apolitical because VTubing is based on idol culture, and I mean, there's a range there. Some VTubers are more into it, some VTubers are less, but it remains so that it's meant to be an escape. It's meant to be a break away from reality, a break away from all these divisive discussions and topics, and she wants time and time again for the VTubers to speak up on these topics. Yeah, well, we're just trying to watch like a Gigi boat goes binted, or and Vivi and things like that. And you know, the VTuber fans, they're from all over the world. But Anna Valence wants the creators to comment on American politics. The world doesn't revolve around America. And I get some of her frustration. I do. But at the same time, respect the creators' opinion about how they want to engage with their own content. If they don't want to talk about politics, that's their prerogative. If they're not a political VTuber, they shouldn't be forced to do so. Yes, exactly. She's of the old school, you must use your platform for X or Y, forgetting it's their platforms, not hers. Exactly. If Valence wants to use her platform to talk about politics, she can do that. But she can't twist other people's arm until they do it. And it sucks because ever since Anna Valence has set her sights on the VTubing community, she always paints us in a bad light. Has she made like one positive article on us? No. It's always about how problematic we are. And it sucks because if somebody doesn't know about VTubers, they read this is their first impression of the community. It's not this, as she claims, it's this article. And then she has the nerve to go around and tweet things like this. Word, in the end, what I want is to help the industry during some of these growing pains by arguing for what I believe is right and where I believe focus is required, and to help spotlight resources for new and intermediate VTubers. She wants to flip the entire industry around. She thinks she's going to revolutionize it. Yeah, she just, in the end, she is using Pippa to try to get rid of the real quote-unquote problems in the industry, the problems that she believes are there. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the 3 months. Sorry, I have to disagree depending on who sees the news. I can agree with that. And another reason why I think she's being dishonest about why she likes Pippa is what she wrote is because she's singing 2 different tunes in public and in private. So here on Twitter, she's going back and forth with her buddy Safira. It's so funny seeing people go, Anna is attacking Pippa, read the article, and then go, wait, Anna is defending Pippa, which, yeah, I am, Lamau. I literally wrote about her positively years ago. She always larps about being a fan of the VTuber she writes about, by the way. She did the same thing with the VLR article. She was pretending she was a fan of some of the girls in the VLR article. Even when she was in my stream, she was like, no, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm like, would a fan do that? Would a fan write a headpiece on VLR? These people literally just think you're here to attack anyone you cover, but deadass just proved they cannot read for shit. Yeah, because you gotta read the rest of it. Someone even said you're a fake Pippa fan, but gave no proof that you were, so it's like, they're just bad for no reason. Oh, I'll give proof. Yeah, exactly. We love Pippa, we just need her to hate her current fans, but we love her. Ha ha ha, I'm a fake Pippa fan. I even said in the article that I wouldn't call myself a kapipi, just someone who thinks she's funny and talented. I have a lot of respect for her. It's why I wrote the article and also why I broke away from Bluesky a bit on this take. Also, I think it's fine if people don't like me. I will never like me. But at some point, I hope they understand when our goals and values align. Yeah, ultimately, all we want is a better, more positive space, especially when we try to market outside of this niche. But if all mainstream news know VTuber as is has the Nazi terrorist fans, we're so fucking cooked as a whole. Part of the reason why I wrote the article, it's popping up first for searches for VTuber arrest and some such things, and I want to beat other outlets to the story before they start claiming Pippa specifically is the problem or other stupid shit. Yinka. I definitely appreciate you helping clear the air on our side, Anna, because 100% other news place would definitely go, VTubers worse than anime, and dear lord, I don't need another anime equals satanism bullshit again, but for VTubers. Real Pippa fans don't attack her friend Kersha. Thank you for the 12 months, Charles. Thank you. Yeah, I think people might know VTubers through the whole Live X Dodgers collab. True. Yeah, I got you, VTuber to VTuber. I'm not as optimistic as you about the space future, but I do ultimately believe the industry can fix its problem if it acknowledges them, which is why I do what I do, or at least try to speak from a place of knowledge about the space. She always wants to do that. It's kind of like, you know, she's doing this thing, you know, when your dog poop on the floor and you grab them by the scruff of their neck and you like shove their face in it. And, look at it! Look at what you did! Look at it! Face your problem! Bad! Bad! It's like, fuck off! Get off her hair! We're trying to escape problems. Don't do that, it makes them poop eaters. Meanwhile, she's saying all this shit on public, and then on her Discord server. What does she mean by this? Ew, Pippa, I tried to avoid her like the plague and probably will here too. Really hate her white supremacy, shoot up Walmart, haha, JK, unless so-called humor. Okay, I made a full video on Pippa, like going over every single one of her controversies or what people didn't like about her. And I don't remember this white supremacy thing. But anyway, I digress. And then Anna Valence responds, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop on her. What does she mean by this? What does she mean by I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop on her? She wants Pippa to get called out? She's waiting for Pippa's downfall? It sounds oddly ominous after claiming you really respect her and you think she's just joking around. She's really funny and talented. She's waiting for the other shoe to drop. She waiting for her to go mask off? Like, what does that mean? Yeah, it's not cool, Antique. It sucks because I like Pippa from my limited viewing of her, but then she goes out and shits the other foot. I'm not surprised. I think it'll be her conspiratorial streak that eventually gets platforms to boot her. She plays that a lot straighter than the jokes about needing there to be more what babies and other rephrasing of the 14. Okay, about conspiracies, I think there are actually some conspiracy theories that are harmful and that go too far. But the Pippa VTubers are psyop conspiracies. Like they're just like silly conspiracies that she's making up. Like nobody is taking that seriously, and I don't see how they can be harmful. The alt-right VTuber doesn't like a non-alt-right take. Color me surprised. So they think she's alt-right now? I don't know, that doesn't sound like they're Pippa fans. And what's even more crazy about this entire saga is that Anna Valence is actually getting roasted now on Bluesky to the point where she had to deactivate her Bluesky account, which she flip-flopped back and forth between Twitter and Bluesky constantly. Every time it's the same story with her, okay? First, she'll write an article that's like rage bait, and she triggers everybody. It's like that meme, you know, have unpopular opinion, and then, oh, why is everybody mad? You know the meme I'm talking about? Look at these idiots. Why is everybody mad? And then she she goes on social media. She starts crying about being harassed and having a bunch of hate sent her way. And then she deactivates one of the two platforms, and then she'll go cower and hide on one of the two. So before, she would deactivate her Twitter account and then go hide on Bluesky. So she did that a couple times. But now it's the other way around this time. She deactivated her Bluesky and she's hiding over on Twitter. She's actually a professional victim. It's crazy. To be fair, some people do take this shit seriously. Like the guy in the article, I'm sure, but that's not Pippa's fault. That's like blaming The Onion because some idiot thought their article was real. It kind of reminds me when people were blaming Eminem back then when there was like school shootings. They were like, oh, Eminem's music is like causing all of that. So let's take a look at what people on Bluesky have been saying about her, because they're actually really upset that she defended Pippa. So this user is saying, Anna's too dependent on her mindset that the communities will do the heavy work for her. Thank you, Snubberf, for the super chat. Yeah, that's a sign that I should take a break. Being mad at apolitical fascist people in the VTuber space, feeling sad for the innocent protesters who could have gotten shot, and being disappointed at someone for defending bigoted VTuber. There are too many emotions to handle at once. At this point, she's shown she's far better at being a professional victim than anything resembling a journalistic professional. She's an embarrassment. Thank you for the 100 bits based tuxedo mask. Oh shit, that's a Sailor Moon ref. Let's go. I'm also confused about this sentence. Being mad at apolitical / fascist people in the VTuber space. How are these two the same, used in the same sentence? Aren't they like opposite? I don't get that sentence. What Anna Valens has shown to us that white queers are still white in the end. She's being attacked for being white now. Reducing Pippa to just a comedian that uses shock to entertain shows a clear lack of understanding of how the online right obscures themselves in 10 layers of it's just a joke irony. Just because Pippa isn't the farthest end of the pipeline doesn't mean she isn't a real part of it. I'm not starting beef with anyone here. Wait, there's something I do want to address. Are we going to pretend that toxic chat can lead to toxic people? Pippa has made a point to, like I showed before with her notice, to put her foot down on certain things. And yes, sometimes chat can go out of control. Okay, I'm going to go on a segment here, on a tangent. There's this thing with fans and creators, and it kind of fits into the parasocial umbrella where a fan will be introduced to a creator. And over the time, their idea of who this creator is will get further and further away from who the creator actually is. But it's like in their head. I don't know if I'm explaining this properly. And then they hold on to this idea of that creator they like. And once the creators start showing that actually they're not like that, then the fan gets shocked. So when Pippa, for example, she published that notice about not attacking other groups and stuff, then a lot of people were like saying this thing where, oh, Pippa isn't that base after all. Bye, I'm leaving. And sometimes as a creator, you do have to be more vocal about these things and segment off part of your chat that you don't feel represents you, or you don't feel that they represent you anymore, because people change. Like, for example, when I did my Pippa video, if you look at the comment section, there's a bunch of like idiots that are like, damn, a lot of these clips of Pippa out of context makes her sound based, but actually with your explanation, she's not that based. So basically, they wanted her to be like racist or crazy. You know what I mean? And it's those people that like, I believe Pippa doesn't want in her fan base. Thank you, Envoy of Ghost, for the bits and base tuxedo mask. People try to use content creators to confirm their already existing opinions and biases. You see it a lot. That's a great way of putting it. Thank you for retaining journalistic standards. Auntie Rima, thank you. Are you telling me that Rima is not a horse? Yes, exactly. This is why I said this. You guys still believe I'm a horse, but I'm not. I'm a fox girl now. Okay, I'm not starting beef with anyone here, this other Bluesky user says, but downplaying the role that bigoted jokes have played in getting us to where we are is just bad. Like, that normalization of bigotry has been a massive factor in casual bigotry, and then into extreme bigotry we see today. Are you signing Anna's terms of conduct? Hell no. Rima's not a horse, not based. I'm leaving, JK. And here's Anna kind of complaining about these Bluesky posts. Oh wow, a fellow Canadian, Daniel. Bonjour, moi petit cheval. Anna is not a journalist, never will be one. Her articles all read like a live journal posting. Wait, that's a really good analogy. I watch from time to time Kershaw, Pippa, and a few others, shockers. Not everything they say has to be agreed with. It goes along with social discourse. Thank you for the huge Akasupa. My god, Daniel, thank you so much. Thank you. Giga chat. Thank you so much. A Canadian Daniel, yeah, hell yeah. We need more Canadians in here. So Anna is like, saying, sadly, I fear the VTubers on Bluesky who actually stoked the flames of this and let it get out of hand are never going to address nor respond to the transphobia that they unleashed. What? She always brings it back about transphobia. And just to be clear, my personal dislike of Anna Valens has nothing to do with her being trans. And I feel like most people feel that way too. People don't like you, Anna, because you are trans. They don't like you because you're a horrible person that lies constantly and attack people nonstop. That's why they don't like you. Stop trying to make it about you being trans. I don't give a shit about that. Scrubble, thank you for the resub. There are some people that will piggyback on criticism of Anna Valens to be hateful towards trans people. And that is something I really do not like. These people are not from my community. And I don't want them replying to my post. I don't want them commenting in chat. I don't want them near me because I don't like that shit. And they're not helping. They whine about jokes while they use the humanizing language they ironically mean at the jokesters. And I also feel like it dilutes the conversation because, again, it's not about her being trans. It's about what she's doing and how she's lying. Because it would require them to admit their fanbase have bad actors waiting with knives out to attack. Like, even the super progressive Bluesky people are being transphobic according to Anna Valens. Then Anna says, a trans woman for petty reasons. Oh, okay, it's the continuation of this. Because it would require them to admit their fan base have bad actors waiting for Knives Out to attack a trans woman for petty reasons, piggybacking off good faith criticism to do this. They are secretly a Nazi shit that can really destroy a trans woman's reputation and lead to social ostracization. Not that it will affect me long term, but this would destroy a less well-connected trans woman's social network and mental health really bad. And I know it's mainly because of a couple leftist VTubers didn't like the V-Sona thing. Oh, yes, that's another thing. She's actually being called a Nazi, though. Over here. I think I'll go back to this post. I think some folks on Bluesky might be taking their criticism of my Pippa article a little too far. And there's this 2 Bluesky users actually saying my 2 cents on today's agenda. Months ago, way prior to the Kersha situation, I was told to be wary of Anna Valens as they were suspected of being a Nazi or Nazism adjacent. I'm guessing their war with Kersha was a way to hide that fact. The truth eventually came out. They eat themselves. It's crazy. The purity testing is insane. Okay. Thank you for the 85 bits, Envoy of Ghost. FYI, I'm from Ontario. I treat all people with respect first until they show me if further respect should be reciprocated. And like the Rainbow Mafia, I stay away from those activists and other activists in general. You do well. And yes, I'm like you. I like to treat everybody with respect. I give everybody a chance. Until they cross my boundaries or they disrespect me. And then I'm like, no, that's not okay. Creators cannot control their fans. It's impossible. Even if a VTuber says no, a bad fan or anti in sheep's clothing, I assume you mean, can ignore it and do it anyway. Yeah, I mean, they can give the warnings, but they can't control them. You're not, you're not Doflamingo pulling their strings. Bankai is back! Yes, thank you! Thank you for sending me a Bankai, an Ichigo Bankai. Base Tuxedo Mask, thank you for the 100 bits. Unironically, Anna uses her identity to avoid taking responsibility for her action and it's pathetic, and frankly... No, yeah, that's true. No, that's well said. People like her are probably a not small part of why some view the trans community poorly. That is also true because a lot of trans people when I covered the VLR article, a lot of trans people in my community were leaving comments saying they really didn't like what Anna did. And they really want to distance themselves from her. And ironically, Anna needs to accept reality and see that she's genuinely an awful person, but a narcissist that would never be able to do that in the first place. This dance. I said this dance. Also, what I don't understand is why people defended them when they were... Oh, this person is saying they, them, careful. Anna thinks that's transphobic, by the way. When they were found to be glorifying rape and unconsensual sexual violence through fanfics and comments they made. Like, what the fuck? Didn't they also make, like, an article about sex toys in a children video game? Like, it's weird. About Fall Guys? And then there's this other thread about Anna Valens. So this person is saying, again, it's on Bluesky, Anna Valens deactivated her account. I have several things to say about it, and I want to talk about her actions and only her actions. 1, I think Anna is absolutely still recovering from a massive hate wave sent her way. I absolutely empathize with her. This would mess with someone's mental health. I don't blame her. She was abandoned by the peers that mattered most when it came to standing by her, as well as victim blamed. Instead of apologizing for her misstep, she deactivated. Maybe she was overwhelmed, couldn't handle the heat her way. I get it. But she should have apologized. It's not okay. Her opinions and actions done today are extremely harmful to BIPOC folks. When I said my piece to her, I was gentle. I'm done being gentle. White peers, please think about the consequences your actions have. Too many of you put your whiteness first and plug your ears when racism is involved within the LGBTQIA+ community. You're telling me and plenty of other QTPOC, it is not safe to trust you. The fascists in this scenario are going to come for us on the basis of racism, and they're going to come for you because you're queer. Criticizing Nazi when showing support for someone who is friendly with Nazis, engage in racist humor, and reducing that to shock jock content is deeply misinformed and dangerous. White folks, stop trying to lead movements. You are failing at it, miserably. You are not yet equipped for any sort of revolution. Okay, I feel like... I don't like Anna Valens, but I feel like that has nothing to do with the color of her skin. If she wants to lead a revolution, I mean, she can. I'm not saying she's doing it the right way. I prefer she go about it another way, but what does her whiteness have to do with this? Isn't that just racist? Okay, I wasn't really reading chat, but mods, can you keep an eye on chat? Because I'm getting a few comments saying people are getting comfortable with what chat is saying. Chat, settle down. Sit back and listen to those more marginalized than you. Actively be anti-racist and anti-fascist. You can't be the latter and not the former. White folks, stop trying to lead... Oh no, we already read that. I pulled my support for Anna and followed because as an indigenous person, that was a deal breaker for me. Funny how AV's fetish was okay until they were cancelled. So as long as the person has the correct opinion, now Bluesky will ignore the red flags. Oh, you mean they're bringing it up now? Yeah, well, it's usually like that with cancellation, right? I don't hate her, and I want her to be well. I hope she can find peace and success in her field and her life. But as a native person, I'm really sick of white allies dropping the ball. Too many white queer folks are perfectly okay with ignoring racist rhetoric or are completely unaware of microaggressions and subtle racism and don't know the signs. When we point out racism, we are so quickly dismissed and told we're overreacting. This is a huge problem. Okay, I'm not white, but I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to be mean, but I feel like this person is overreacting. And I'm not a white person. If you mess up, it's absolutely okay to just admit you messed up and were ignorant. An apology, a genuine one, goes a long way. Again, white folks, stop trying to lead the revolution. Your ancestors, regarding the USA, are why we need a revolution in the first place, and you need to understand that, unpack what that comes with, and listen to your BIPOC peers. Criticizing your mistakes is not an attack. We want you to grow and stand with us, but you keep failing. Okay, but would they use this rhetoric against, like, Dave Chappelle, for example, who's a black man who makes race jokes all the time. Like, Dave Chappelle makes fun of everybody, right? Not just one race. He makes fun of, like, every race. I'm just wondering what they would say about him. Like, how they would feel about him. They're literally being racist themselves by saying that someone is unqualified to lead based on the color of their skin. Am I fucking losing my mind? Yeah, but their ancestors, bro. 100 years ago, one of their ancestors might have done something bad, so they gotta pay for it today, even though they've never met him and they don't know him, and they're completely different. Paul Mooney is another funny black comedian that makes fun of everyone. See, I feel like if you make fun of everybody, that means that you're not really targeting a specific group. That just means you're just dunking on everybody. Criticizing your mistakes is not an attack. Bluesky user is continuing. We want you to grow and stand with us, but you keep failing. I read this thread and agree with everything, but what did Anna do? Okay, that's a funny reply. I read this thread and I agree with everything, but what are we talking about, by the way? TLDR wrote an article defending Pipkin Pippa. They won't even dare to say her name, and that's like Voldemort. She might materialize in front of them. Replaced numbers with vowels and said a lot of what she was doing was shock jock content. I don't understand what this means by the way, shock jock content. Which is very ignorant and dangerous, Emo. A lot of people are understandably angry and hurt considering her pushing the Visona pledge in previous work. Holy fuck, that sucks. Why trans folk need to stop doing this? Oh, it's edgy content? Edgy humor? Okay. The only thing that people hate more than white people is minorities disagreeing with them? Oh, the only thing that these people hate more than white people is minority. You think they dislike her more because she's a minority? No, I think they dislike her based on her skin color. And mostly on the fact that she kind of defended Pippa in her article. Yeah, they see her as a traitor, yeah. So I really hope that they don't bring up that white people should pay reparation. Just finding out recently that my own grandmother was a slave in the 1900s, and she was white. But Slavic people don't act like douches. Thank you for this, Daniel. What's frustrating is just for being a man's mental health advocate, they lump you in with the shooter. They got their own pipeline to worry about. Yeah, but don't you know, if you advocate for men mental health, that means you also hate women. You can't just, advocate for both men and women mental health. Just saying something about one group means that you hate the other ones. This is why I don't do these posts on Twitter, because no matter, people have found a way to politicize that too. It's crazy. I'm not going to sit here and cry over good faith criticism, but a couple people are taking things way too far. I do think Bluesky's VTubing community has a responsibility to respond to how out of control the rhetoric is getting on here. Why does the Bluesky VTubing community has a responsibility for that? Once you sling around accusations like this and major influential VTubers on Bluesky silently let those claims go unaddressed, you're creating a discourse with no boundaries and no limits on what can be said or alleged. Other people gotta fight for her. They gotta speak up. Your silence is violence. She was saying the same thing about the, the VTubing community at large. Now she wants that to be done on Bluesky as well. Okay, now I'm going to tell you guys about my own experience with Anna Valens. So, I think it was a few months ago now. She wrote a Vice article on Vealer. And I called her out for what it was. Tonwen, thank you for the 11 months. I think it was a hit piece on Vealer. Vealer is like a booming, up-and-coming agency. They're doing really, really well. Both in terms of popularity, filling a niche that wasn't filled before. And also just economically, they're doing well too, financially. Okay? And she was, saying that they're not accepting enough trans people, but they weren't even saying that they weren't going to accept trans people. They were like, as long as you live your life as a woman, you identify as a woman, you'll be accepted. And then she was criticizing them for having a lolly model. When most of the VTubing community, I mean, a lot of them are pro-fiction, especially if you watch those Japanese VTubers. Now, I mean, people have varying opinions on that. It's fine if you don't like lollies, but you shouldn't try to police other people for something that's fictional, in my opinion. Now, while I was live streaming, there was a lot of people in my chat. It's a very, there was a lot of people in the chat. Anna comes in and she's like, I can answer some questions if you'd like. I was like, sure, of course. And I was like, why did you write this? And then she was like, no, but I'm a fan, I swear. And I was like, where? And she's like, check my Twitter. I'm like, okay. She basically just wanted me to pull up her Twitter. I pulled the Twitter. I'm like, I don't see it. And then she's like, look at my interaction between this and this Vealer person. I'm like, okay. And then it was just like her replying to this Vealer VTuber. And then she's like, hold on, let me hop on. It's going to be easier. And I was like, okay, I think she wants to join VC. And I basically just waited. I literally stalled my entire stream just because I thought she was going to try to have a conversation, and I was open to have a conversation with her about this. And then I wait. I basically derailed the stream for her. And then she comes back and she's like, okay, I'm live now, guys. If you want to go watch my stream, come over. And I was like, are you serious? I was so shook. I didn't even know how to react. I was like, well, I can't. I have other news to cover. This is my only topic. Just like today, this is not our only topic. Like, I can't. We can't go watch your stream. Like, you're self-promoting in my chat. Another thing, AV is complaining that the current constellation she's getting can ruin her livelihood. I wonder if she even cares that she tried on Kershay. Rules for D and not for me. Thank you for the super chat, Spider Dude. So, after that, I was like, I mean, we're not gonna do that, so I just continued my live stream. And the chat was getting a little upset that she was doing that, but I was like, you know, I didn't want to attract too much negative attention. But then she did it again, and again, and again. She did it not once, not twice, but 3 times. She tried to self-promote in my chat. After this, we reinforced the self-promotion rule a lot harder because I was like, this is not cool at all. And then after that, apparently she went on the live stream and she started saying that I was like disingenuous and I was mean to her and all of that, when like all I did was try to give her a legit chance to explain herself. And then the next day, what happens? The next day, Elara makes a stream on the matter. And while Elara is streaming, Anna Valence is on Bluesky, tweeting things like, Rima, whatever, I don't know, she was criticizing me, Rima's a grifter, blah, blah, blah. But Elara is much more of a reasonable person. Rima called my article a hit piece, but Elara is okay. She's a reasonable person. And then during the stream, Elara is trying to, Anna Valence is trying to convince Elara that I carry water for right-wing streamers and that I'm transphobic. And that the transphobia only started after Rima started discussing it, blah, blah, blah. And that really pissed me off. I really dislike being called transphobic when I think the people that are like regulars in my community know this, but most of my IRL friends are LGBT, and I even know a lot of trans people that are old-time friends of mine, IRL. So it really pissed me off that I was being called transphobic when I am not. Like, you criticize me for real things that I've said and done, or attack my topics, but don't lie about me. Don't lie about me. But what happened next went even further. Because, and that's just to prove to you how disingenuous she is. Elara did not take her bullshit. And she called her out on Twitter. And she was like, Rima's not transphobic. What the fuck are you talking about? And then she called her out on Twitter too. And once Anna Valence realized that Elara wasn't agreeing with her, she immediately started attacking Elara and also calling her transphobic. Can you believe that? And then she started posting this bullshit. I tell the drama tuber that drama VTubers have a problem with transphobia in their community. Drama VTuber says not true. Check the replies to their post. Guy misgendering me and threatening to shoot me. This person, by the way, made an apology saying, I didn't even know that Anna Valence was trans. He was like, I just saw somebody like talking shit about Elara and I posted this, and he made an apology saying he shouldn't have done it, etc., etc. I also agree he shouldn't have posted this. And then Anna Valence started complaining that people were saying this person and they and that person and calling it transphobic, when I think most people that use they as a blanket term is because they're trying to be respectful. They're not trying to like dead name her. Most people use they, it's because they're like, you know, I can't be wrong about that. That way I won't misgender them, because they is like kind of neutral. Yeah, it's a gender neutral pronoun. And then what she did next, and that's not even something I was speaking about because I didn't talk about this at the time. I'm going to talk about it now. She posted on Reddit. She made there's a term for that when you post something and you pretend you're not the topic of your post is not you. She's like, tell a drama VTuber that drama is basically word for word her Bluesky tweet. And it's called Drama in the VTuber Community. Again, yes, Anna, you created the drama. And then she's like posing as if there's drama in the VTuber community. And making us look bad again. And they're like, oh my god, these people's community, they're transphobic. These creators are transphobic. They're not doing, I don't know, they're not going out of their way to cut off this harassment. And both me and Ilara made posts not to harass people, by the way. And then they were like, you know, a they. There's some people calling them he, which I also don't like. But a lot of these people weren't, they were Twitter people. They weren't even from our fan base. And the reason why I know it's her that wrote this article, pretending it wasn't her, just to, you know, try to make the VTubing community look bad, is because I looked up the poster's history. A discussion, who else just listen to safe or fatal vor audio whenever they feel down or depressed? I wonder who did that. That kind of checks out with the other stuff she said about being into vor. And then this is her posting one of her tweets when her channel was banned on YouTube. So that's how I know it's her. And she posts a shit ton on Reddit. Like, she has so much karma points. She lives on Reddit. She's a Redditor. It explains everything. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think it's suspicious that Rima and Ilara always have fans who using... It's like, you know, as soon... She was glazing Ilara too. That's really what I want to point out here. She was glazing Ilara as soon as she realized that Ilara disagreed with her, then immediately the attack started. Ilara's transphobic. Ilara has transphobic fan base. Bro, Ilara's progressive. And even I, before covering the article, I remember writing in my Discord saying, I'm on the fence about covering this. Every time these topics come up, somehow the trans community gets attacked. And that sucks. And it makes it that I don't want to touch political topics because there's always bad actors that try to piggyback off of it. But my chat, my core audience, and not just like the people popping in and out, you know, that are interested in only the drama, like my audience knows what I stand for. People by now should see that Anna is just doing this to stir the pot, creating the drama they are reporting on. This person should not be allowed to go near a computer, terminal, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. True. Reddit, karma, but made wrong. Yeah. All these attacks from Anna Valens against Foxu, Pippa, and Yurima reminds me of the same people attacked Jay Somali made against other streamers. Can you contact Legal Mindset to see if this has crossed the line and if the law needs to step in? I don't think calling somebody transphobic is a criminal offense. Like, calling somebody a PDF file could be, because being a PDF is a criminal thing, right? You stand for horses. I do. It could be slander, maybe, but anyway, it's not. Look, it's not worth getting into fucking legal things. I can defend myself, I think. Like, she doesn't have anything to really chew on, to sink their teeth in. All she can do is what she's been doing. All of this. I think Anna only knows how to get clicks via this sort of pot stirring. She said her Kirsch article were her best performing. It's all she knows. And maybe she's just really good at rage baiting and she sees that it gets a lot of traction. And there are some things that do deserve to be called out in the VTuber community, but the problem is that the way she goes about it and the person doing it makes it so it's just, I mean, she's already lied before, so she's already established herself as an unreliable narrator. So no matter what she says, it's just gonna be, it's cooked at this point, it's cooked. Remember when Vice did good content? Okay, let's go. Next topic. Twisty. I have some interesting things about Nijisanji. Following Twisty's black screen stream, where she denounced Nijisanji and alleged a bunch of things. Sorry, the sad part is that some people judge others based on their loudest advocates. Most people just want to live their lives in... I absolutely agree, Tomwin. Anyway, so yeah, Twisty, she did that stream, and then after this, Nijisanji has removed her from the roster of talents on their website. And then they have wiped her YouTube channel. If you follow me on Twitter, I've been tweeting about this. But if you don't, maybe this is news to you. And they have also privated her Twitter account. And now, they've also removed her merch section. And we've seen this before. We've seen this with Selen Tatsuki's termination. And I'm pretty confident that Twisty has been terminated. It's almost like they're trying to erase her from existence. They're trying to memory hole her. But on the other hand, I think perhaps this is what she wanted, because on her alt, she was like, finally Pew. So maybe she's free. We know she's kind of been in limbo for so long. And maybe this was all part of her 5D chess play to do, you know, that stream, so she could be finally off the hook. And then it's like, people have been saying that she's been streaming and she sounds happier on her alt, which is good for her. I've also been told, this is Yui who sent me this information, that Twisty is already planning a complete rebrand in next month, now wishing to be called Manururu. This is her new channel that she's planning to rebrand on, which would explain this screenshot that was going around saying, where Delulu was saying, I'm retiring soon, we don't need intros or outros, we will be ASMR only, nothing matters but ASMR. So I think at that point I didn't really know what she meant, if she was talking about her alt or her main account, but I think she was talking about her alt. But still, we have no graduation notice from Nijisanji. People have been checking the account every single day and they've been posting about other stuff, but nothing about Twisty. Like, why not make it public? Why not pull up the graduation notice? Maybe Spider, but there's no way to actually know. And now there's another rat that has surfaced. A lot of people say that it's pretty much confirmed. But if you guys remember, one of the things alleged in the black screen is that one of Twisty's coworker had leaked her outfit just 10 minutes after she had privately showed it to them. Now, it is widely believed that Reimu might be the coworker that leaked her outfit. And I don't have the screenshots up right now, but you can check my other live stream for it, my video. Because there's like some tweets that lined up, and like Twisty made her live stream the same time that Reimu debuted a new outfit, and Twisty vague posted about being sad that some people can celebrate events while they're the reason why she couldn't. And that was posted just one day after like Reimu announced her new outfit debut. And now there's been a live stream where Reimu was kind of hinting at a graduation herself.
Messages through soul bits. I just want to give you a little bit of reassurance. Don't be sad, okay? Don't be sad. No matter what's been happening around, it's one thing that I decided all on my own at the very start of the year. If you know, you know, sort of thing. You guys have noticed how I've been feeling all around like December, January. So please do not feel sad. Oof, indeed. Yeah, no, but don't feel sad. I'll be with you if you let me. I'll be with you no matter what. And I just want to make nice and happy memories with you and Athera and everybody else. I think my love will not stop no matter what happens. And no matter what everybody else around us say. So no matter what happens, I'll always love you, and I will always want to make new happy memories. I don't think I'll ever change, guys. You guys already know me. We've been together for 4 years. That's not gonna change. I feel no matter if I put my hair in ponytails, if I cut my hair short, if I leave my hair super long, it's still me, guys. I have like zero ability to like act as a different person. I have zero abilities when it comes down to acting. So no matter if I have my hair in a ponytail or in like tween tails, or if I leave my hair short or long, it's still gonna be me.
If you work with a corporate, don't trust your coworkers to have your back and best interest. Keep your plans close to your chest, but be cordial. This is actually something I also read that people were speculating about. They were saying that, like, you know, Twisty support of the port of their coworkers, because, well, I mean, they couldn't really get anything from them, right? Meanwhile, the new gen gets a lot more collabs with them. They get a lot more support.
So don't ever forget that, okay? Try not to... I know. I know that you might,
Oh, shit.
feel different things. I think everybody should feel whatever they want to feel. But, try not to be too sad regarding life and everything that surrounds life. Because then you guys will make me sad. And I don't want that. I don't want that. It's not a nice...
Are we back? Are we back? This is pissing me off. Okay, refresh. Why Why does it always do it? I thought we fixed that problem. The stream current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use a stream bitrate of 6,800 kbs. 6,800? Is it just because... Okay, maybe this is a Streamlabs setting I need? It's still super buffering. I have refreshed the chats. Yeah, I have. I have refreshed the chats. Should I do a speed test? It says that the stream health is good right now. Fuck. We lost a lot of people. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I know my model is stuttering. I'm seeing this from the YouTube tab. Sorry. Fuck. I have another topic to cover too. So I'm not sure what to do. The model is the issue and the audio is unaffected. This is kind of frustrating. Yeah, I have my YouTube stream open and it's like super laggy. What am I supposed to do? Oh my god. Is this a remove thing? Okay, let me close some tabs. Okay, I closed some tabs. Does this help? Give me a sec to do a speed test, okay? Don't leave. No, not really? Fuck. Do you guys think it's ad blocker? It kind of helped closing the stuff. Okay, well I have 51 uploads and 942 downloads. Ad blocker. Let me see if I can turn it off. It is paused. So did I stop lagging? Can I keep going now? Check task manager. Um, 70% CPU. Okay, it's going down. Now it's 49% CPU. 60% memory. Well, I closed the video, so. Anyway, can I? Oh, I'm still freezing. What do I do? Do I make a new room and raid for it? That's so stupid, man. This happened to me when we were watching Blue Lock too. I just realized that. Most frustrating thing you can experience as a streamer. Alright, I'm gonna raid us into the new waiting room. Please don't leave. Wait, I'm confused. The fuck? Okay, upcoming. Alright, I'm going. Alright. Alright, I'm raiding into the new waiting room. Hopefully this fixes the problem. I'll be right back. I'm gonna stop Streamlabs and restart it.